We here at SNN share the story of a Venice boy who lost his baseball card collection in a spring training game, and then hundreds of people reached out following that, and fellow card collectors dug deep in their own collections so that Elyjah Blankenberg didn't lose his love for this hobby.
Yeah, this week we brought him all of your generous donations that have poured in over the past few weeks, and the stories that came with them left Elyjah and his father speechless.
Do you know who that is?
Peyton Manning.
And it's autographed?
Wow.
Dozens of packages, each with their own story.
I'm 76 and I know how bad I would have felt if I lost all my baseball cards.
Elyjah's story about losing his binder of baseball cards resonated with collectors across the country.
All the stories are so personal, just as his story was very personal, meant a lot.
Elyjah and his dad are big Yankees fans. They drove up to watch their team take on the Orioles in Sarasota. The shy 11-year-old asked his all-time favorite athlete, DJ LeMahieu, for an autograph, but then lost the binder in his excitement. His mom put out a call on social media asking for it to be returned. The binder never turned up, but more than 100 packages started trickling in.
One of these is Greg Maddux and Tom Glavine. I mean, they're Hall of Famers. Some of the best pitchers in history. And that's just a piece of history he gets to cherish.
A lot of numbered cards throughout here. So extremely valuable stuff. Really priceless because, you know, another collector sent it to a young collector. So that's something he's always going to cherish.
Some cards came from the Midwest and the Northeast, but one of the most astounding deliveries came from the west coast of Florida.
On April 20th, 1968, I was snorkeling off of Palm Beach Inlet when I was attacked by a 10-foot bullshark. I was 10 years old and I just about turned 11. The shark bit me on both legs, my back, my butt, and my left arm.
Steve's shark-bait samples even included the letter from when he got the autograph ball and the New York Yankees yearbook from the year 1968.
This is the Mickey Mantle ball, the 68 Yankees signing it, the story that goes with it. I mean, that probably meant more to him for the past however many years than anything he's ever owned. And to pass that on to my son, special.
A sad day at the ballpark turned into an experience Elyjah will never forget.
Baseball is a magical sport.
The generosity from total strangers is already helping him come out of his shell.
His baseball games, since this has happened, you could tell it's a little bit more.
Now, the Baltimore Orioles gave Elyjah a base from the field signed by the entire team. Then his favorite athlete, DJ LeMahieu, saw his story and is sending Elyjah an autographed baseball, which just made his whole year, maybe the next 5 years.
Oh, yeah, and see, and that is also, okay, the power of fame, for one, knowing what just little gestures you can do to put a smile on a kid's face, but also power of television. You put that story out there, and wow. I mean, people from all over the country were sending stuff. I mean, we had truckloads coming here to help little Elyjah rebuild his collection and then some. And so it's been phenomenal to see the outpouring from the community and also to see the joy that was put back on his face.
It's so sweet because, like, they were talking about every single piece has their own story from the person that collected it, and then just to pass it on because they're like, this kid was so bummed out and they could tell.
And so what, that guy got bit, Steve Sharkbait, whatever, got bit in 1968 here in Florida, and then because it was a big story back then, the Yankees, the autograph, sent him a whole team autographs and everything?
It's just a viewer back then that was
wow.
watching. So there you go, power of television right there.
There you go. Even back then, in 68, and those black and whites.